Say someone doesn't want to go for short sale. They want to keep the house, but they cannot afford anymore. Some of my clients talk to me about doing loan modification, but unfortunately, the banks are not really easy working with regarding that matter, because some of my clients were saying, oh, we send the same paper 5 times, 6 times. We are trying for 7, 8 months to do loan modification, and then they get so upset and just walk away. And what is the worst things to do is just walk away.
Yes, I agree on both fronts, most definitely. A couple of years ago, we were trying to assist some clients in getting a loan modification. We've since stopped doing that because for that very reason, it was so frustrating in dealing with these lenders. And I don't know if the reason was that they were so overburdened with so many requests, but literally they would, they would lose paperwork. We would submit and resubmit. Months and months would just pass. They would request updated information and then claim not to have received it. And they've basically strung along these people for so long without giving them an answer. And then ultimately, after a certain period of time passes and people are struggling with their payments, they will go ahead and file a foreclosure, even though you're negotiating with another department within the bank for a loan modification. The collection department will just set it over for foreclosure after a certain point in time. And so there was so much frustration on behalf of these poor borrowers who were struggling and really were good candidates and would have certainly kept the property had their loan been modified or the interest rate reduced. So there was a tremendous amount of lost opportunities, and I think the banks really failed insofar as stemming a wave of foreclosures that really were 100% preventable, because most people really want to hang on to their house. It's their castle, it's their home. They don't want to let it go, but if you make it feasible for them. And unfortunately, it's been my experience still, although Obama has revamped it. And there's a Making Homes More Affordable program. The statistics are still that approximately 10 to 12% of loan modification applications get approved, which is a very low number.
And that's very scary.
Yes, that means 90% of people who are asking for this relief are not getting it. And it's only a 2% increase in recent months.
And some of the requirements that you have to pay all bills on time, and then let's look it up. Okay, you get a loan 6.5%, for example, almost 7, and then in that time they're giving loan for 4.5, and they're waiting for interest to raise up above 5, and then can say, oh, by the way, it's not much of change, maybe you should just pay for it.
Right, right. And that's simply an impossibility for some people, because those extra few hundred per month really makes the difference on whether they can afford to live and buy food and pay their other bills. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's what lenders have been doing. Now, cases where they do approve them, it's a wonderful solution. But again, that's only 10 to 12% of all the applications that are out there.
I had a case that one of my clients was approved because of hardship. His mom couldn't climb up of the stairs, and he had the legal papers, to show that her mom is not medically capable of coming to the second floor. And so he saved almost $800 a month. He thanked me so much, because I was mentioning to him, and I didn't sell his property, but he's still a dear client of mine, and I was really happy that he kept the house, and he.
Oh yes, there's such a feeling of satisfaction being able to help somebody and come up with that solution for them. Like I said, it's a wonderful solution when it does work, and if banks were more open to it, and not worried so much about their investors and what their investors are saying, and really worrying about the borrowers and trying to get some stream of income and maintain it, they would be a lot better off.
I just want to mention about real hardship for people when they have all those credit cards bills pile up, all those loan payments coming up and everything's, and they cannot handle anymore. So bankruptcy is a solution or not?
The answer to that question always depends on that person's individual situation. Sometimes it's absolutely the only solution, the only feasible solution, and the only way out, and the only way to relieve the burdensome pressure. In some cases, though, it's not. And I do multiple consultations each week, and on many of them I'm always very honest in my evaluation if they're not good candidates, and a lot of people are not good candidates. But the factors that it depends on are so situation specific that what might be correct for one person is completely wrong for somebody else.